Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another very interesting session. Today we have Dr. Vinod back with us. And in today's session, a lot of things are very controversial and it is catching a lot of attention on media, especially with the fact that Donald Trump imposed a $100,000 fee on each and every new H1B visa applicant, and this has created a lot of ripples. And Piyush Goyal reacted to this development by saying that the world is afraid of Indian talent. So, Vinodji, we know that 70% of the H1B applicants is from India. And this is a major chunk, and it is quite obvious that Donald Trump is targeting India indirectly as well. If you look at it from a holistic point of view. So, how do you read this whole H1B visa fee?
I don't know the real intention of Trump in this case, whether it was to corner India or to help America. If his plan was to help America, I think he has done a big mistake. Big mistake in the sense, like, I think it was a total surprise for the companies in US. For probably around 10 of the big companies actually are the persons contributing for this H1B visa. Amazon being the first and TCS being the second. I think only TCS is the Indian company. All the other companies, major companies, are American companies only. So probably they were paying around $500 to, up to around $4,500 for a single H1B visa for every year. But that is, most of the tech people were paying around $500 US dollars. Now, suddenly that has been increased to $1 lakh, which is a phenomenal up to 50% or more jump. Or much more than, not 50%, 500% jump, 20 to 500% or like that, or 500 times. I think that was, if they announce it for some time and they say from next 3 months, 5 months, 10 years, 1 year, let this be there so that they have a chance to prepare or induct people from there. Ultimately, his aim is to induct people from US citizens. But overnight, how is this possible? So I think initially he said 1 lakh rupees every year. That if I am remember correctly, and what is being said by other media, that was the thing which was first announced. Then I think they realized the mistake in 24 hours. And moreover, these companies were creating a lot of hue and cries. So I think within 24 to 48 hours, they gave a clarification that this is one-time payment. Not every year this has to be paid. And for whom they already have that valid H1B visa, they don't have to pay this amount. The old amount is sufficient. At least that is what we understand. Sorry, for the time being. But then, will these companies will be able to afford this, paying each employee from India or any other country? It's not specific for India, but paying people from other countries for each person $1 lakh is phenomenally impossible. But then the question, will they get such qualified people? These people are called highly skilled people. Will they get enough applicants from their country? This companies really doubt. So it's going to affect American companies first. I think that is my first observation. Second thing is, of course, for people who are now with the clarification, with the people who are planning to study this thing and planning to go to US for a better salary, they will have some problem. But ultimately, I think this is a boon for India. That is what I would say. Ultimately, now we have been always talking about brain drain, isn't it? Brain drain. And this brain drain, whatever we do, that will not stop. Like I wrote in Facebook, see, in medicine, I think has been done, being done by most of the states in India. Like if you study in a government hospital with less fees, you need to serve the state for 1 year in remote area or wherever they are posting you, for all MBBS government colleges. In private colleges, they won't be doing it. Similarly, I was always suggesting if they are studying in IIM and IIA government institution, they should be serving 5 years in India, so that at least we will make use of their brains for the first 5 years or 10 years. Then wherever they want to go, they let them go. But it is practically impossible to do that. So we were not able to retain the brains, intelligent brains of the country for a long time. But I think thanks to Trump, now that will come to play. And we will be able to retain. No, with this uncertainty around, people will be afraid to go to a place like US because there is no guarantee. One fine day, he will come and say, it is 1 lakh rupee, probably it could be 2 lakh also, no, next time. So ultimately, we will have more, more brains. They will be probably starting, setting up systems here, startups here, starting enterprises here, like what we have seen during Operation Sindoor. Lot of startups have started making drones, parts of the missile system, support system, all these things. So ultimately, I feel it is good for India. And like what Piyush has said, see, after Operation Sindoor, India has been given a different image by US as well as the Western countries. They are not liking what we are doing. They are not liking the power we are actually showing to the world. I think that is the main issue. See, at the same time, another interesting thing is they are talking with Pakistan for setting up things in Balochistan. They are having creating problems. The Gadar port of Balochistan. They are talking with Bangladesh. So they are actually trying to create an economic strangulation for India. That is what I feel. And this is part of that thing. So Piyush Goyal is probably right. They are little afraid of our talent and our power.
Yeah. Also, some observations which I've noticed is that Trump wants India to open its markets to dairy products or corn or everything, which Modi ji is cleverly he's not allowing that because he wants everything to be made in India, and it should not disturb the farmers in India. So also this is playing on Trump's mind, isn't it?
He said 3 things: fishermen, cattle rearers, and farmers. We will not be touching them because they are the basic backbone of India. Farmers, fishermen, and cattle rearers. That is what Trump wants. So that is the problem. See, America wants to export all the unwanted food to India or all the unwanted dairy products to India. That too genetically modified things. Nobody wants that. And we can't do that. So that is a plain fact. Whatever he says, that won't work.
Yeah. Also,
very interestingly, I recently heard it has been very clearly and subtly communicated to him through back channels that if America is pressurizing with the tariff, we may stop exporting the pharma, like what China has done, no? Precious metals, rare earth metals, for what is actually required for their automobile industry, battery making. They have stopped that. And similarly, America can't afford to lose the Indian pharma drugs, which they are getting at a very cheap rate. So Modi the government system has been communicating to the US that unless you are actually coming to practical terms with us, probably we will consider stop exporting the pharma to US. I think that is the reason why they are now saying by November that specific the special additional tariff of 25% will be removed, and even the 25% will come down to 10 to 15%. That
Yeah.
is what is being said in the back doors.
Yeah. Also, one more important point is that all these huge IT companies like Google, Amazon, and the American IT companies and Indian IT companies, they will set up more offices inside India, right? After
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely. See, lot of things. If they think already they have huge offices. Like I think somebody was saying today, Amazon is having a huge number of people. Amazon, Meta, and a lot of the major companies are already in Hyderabad and Bangalore and all. They are having huge number of staff. They can actually take an entire building and fill them with Indians who are capable of doing that and do the most of the work in India. And probably they can come, they can send their own people here, get the training, and then send them back. What is the problem in that? See, the problem with this, why these people want Indians to go to their place, because that is they are the client facing people. So they need to teach them to how to handle this, or they want to have an interaction with the American on the last mile. So these people can be brought to India, have the discussion in India, and they can be sent back. Not a big issue. So all the developments, everything can be done in India, isn't it? What you said is absolutely correct. That is
And
again,
for
who is losing? America is losing.
and for this, that's a higher act, halting international relocation of employment act, which has been introduced in the U.S. Senate by
Ah,
Senator Bernie Moreno of Ohio. So, which
hmm.
proposes a 25% tax on payments made by foreign firms for
Ah,
services that benefits U.S. customers, and also for hiring for the outsourcing to India, especially this
correct,
act. So there
correct.
also
See,
Donald Trump is trying to put a stop.
yeah. See, like bringing out their people into India, or if they are using no, yeah, that higher act, if they are utilizing our resources from India, they will be charged 25% extra, isn't it? That has not come, but it may come.
Yeah. So this is Trump is not making America great again. He's doing the complete opposite.
See, ultimately, in 1 year time or 2 years time, they will realize the mistake they are doing. See, you can't change the system like that on an abrupt basis. It is not possible. Things have been working like a well-oiled machinery for such a long time. They can change slowly. All of a sudden, one fine morning, putting a fee from 500 rupees to 1 lakh. What is this? Who will be able to sustain this? See, the many things have been planned. Like 1 year from now, how many people should reach US? How many employees should reach US? In 1.5 years, how many are more has to reach there? How so? It is actually in pipeline. All these things are in pipeline. How can he suddenly do like this? It's actually a big blunder, management blunder. That is what I would say. And I think I'm sure these companies are going to file cases in US courts. And he will have a tough time in defending all these things.
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot on the profitability.
Yeah,
If
absolutely. So what will happen? People will stop investing. Even Americans will stop investing their IT companies. It will be benefiting for India because they will have a option to invest in Indian IT companies. And probably we will diversify. Most of the Indian companies, the problem with the Indian companies are most of them are serving US people, US clients. Now they will probably diversify to other Asian countries, European countries, African countries, and other area. It's only a question of time. Like what has
yeah,
happened to what was that Kerala Keytex? Huh? What that company which makes clothes for a US Keytex.
okay.
That Ernakulam person who exports children's dresses to US, no? I think that company starts with K.
Yeah, it's
Keytex, Keytex,
Kitex,
Keytex. I think Keytex.
Yeah, Kitex,
Keytex,
yeah.
correct. So what he
US
has
kids
done,
wear. Yeah,
Yeah, US kids wear. So what has happened? Finally, he has, see, if he is saying to European market, this was only available in US market, very good quality. There is no doubt about the quality. It is of very good quality. Now we are opening it for Europe. They will buy. Now, look at Indians. These clothes these clothes are very good, and till now it was only available in US. Now, if you want, I mean, they has opening up stores all over India. So it's only question of a different strategy. And see, all these companies will come out of this. There is no doubt about it. Another important thing, whatever Indian techies are doing, most of the 90% of the Indian techies doing in US is actually lower end support system. It's not real high tech things which they are there. So our Indian techies need to learn so many additional things and try to come up with bigger play, so that these people won't be able to ignore us. See, now most of the Indian techies supporting the US is actually supporting them on a very low level. Low level means it's not a big tech gain what they are actually offering. These Indian support systems, their calls, they are making the lower, what do you call it in techie, there are higher end gains and lower end things which they have to be done. And most of the Indians are actually doing the lower end service. That is what being said by the experts, that India needs to upgrade our techies to a higher level and give them better quality technical support.
Right. So now, also on, if you have heard that Donald Trump has announced a $1 million gold card visa program for US residency. So, it's quite interesting that anyone with $1 million to spare, will get a gold card visa program. So he's
and then do what? See, he has destroyed the environment. Now, who will want to go and set up a system in US without employees, without all these things? If he had allowed all these things, probably people would have tried, isn't it? Rich people would have tried. But now, with all sort of clutches, who wants to start a business in US? There is a big inflation. The whole system is actually going down the drain. Who wants to start suppose everything else was good, probably the people there would have been takers, isn't it?
Right.
Even the big companies there are finding it difficult to carry on, isn't it? People like Amazon, people like Meta, people like Nvidia, because they have been supported by Indians. As you said, 71% are actually Indians.
Yeah. So on that note, Rahul Gandhi called Prime Minister Modi ji a very weak Prime Minister, and he did not respond to this whole H1B case. So he's taking pot shots at each and every thing. So how do you see this?
See, I don't expect anything else from him. See, what is the role of Modi in this? A person like Trump implementing this 1 lakh fee for H1B visa. What is the role of Modi and what Modi can do? It is being used against India. At least he should be able to understand this simple fact, isn't it? Not only him, even Gadge is saying, all the whole of the Congress is actually not able to see this. Another thing which they are saying is, after the visit, like when Prime Minister Modi was in Saudi Arabia, the Pahalgam issue happened. And the same Saudi Arabia is making ties with Pakistan. I don't think it has nothing to do with India. Probably Saudi Arabia is now more afraid of Israel, and they think the strategic alliance with Pakistan is going to help them. Actually, I think that is a blunder which is being made by Saudi. You know what Pakistan can do? No. Probably their only hope is it's a nuclear state. I don't know what they can do with that. And actually, they are actually going to invite the wrath of Israel. That is what I would say. I think it again is a big blunder. And we don't have to fear anything about that. Probably they will be funding some money. But do you expect Saudi Arabia to come to their aid, Pakistan aid, if we have another Operation Sindoor, a bigger one? No, they will never do that. Isn't it?
Yes. So, and also we had this India-Pakistan match in Dubai just recently for the second time. And, all these Pakistani players, they are showing all this, gestures indicating, the Pahalgam attack, and also the 6-0, 6-0
Few
gesture.
persons, you know,
Yeah.
Harris Rauf was showing that 6-0 gesture.
Yeah.
And Sabit Sada, Farhan, he was showing that AK-47 gun, similar, like something similar to AK-47 with his bat. But interestingly, he was pointing the gun to his chest. Have you seen that? Like, if you can take the bat as a gun, he has actually pointed in the wrong way. And actually, he was pointing to his own chest. That is what these people are always been doing. See, like many of the my specific opinion, personal opinion in this thing is we should not have played with Pakistan. See, we have stopped everything with Pakistan. Then why about what about cricket? Why should we go for cricket? See, in both these matches, India has won, and we are so happy. You cannot predict a cricket match. Pakistan can also win. Suppose it was Pakistan who has won this match. You know what? How they will use it for against India? I think like what they say in, if you remember, the competition in Mahabharata, when Karna comes to compete with Arjuna, what Drona says, or what they say is, what is your kula? Tell me who is your father. See, you should not be competing with certain people, especially with people like Pakistan team in this city, because they are waiting for the right opportunity. See, even when they are losing, they're playing against us, isn't it? Suppose in this match, India loses and Pakistan wins. What is going to happen? So that is what we should be really worried. They are actually not a team worth playing against. That is what I personally feel. But I think this incident will have its own implication, because I think ICC, there is a code of conduct which includes clauses for offensive, insulting, and obscene gestures or language, either toward the spectators or to the other players. It's called level 1 and level 2 offenses, showing these gestures like offensive, insulting, and obscene gestures, or even words, language. And there could be some possible action coming against them. I don't know. It has not happened so far, but I think that is going to happen. Because they can't let this go on like this, isn't it? The officials or the ICC cannot allow these sort of things to go on in a game. If they allow, this is only going to get worse. I think they have to nip it at the nip the bud right at the beginning, isn't it?
So also most importantly, the BCCI should not have allowed these matches to happen in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. See, even when once they win, they will get a platform, isn't it? There will be people who will come into them with a camera and a mic. They can say anything. See, even regarding these gestures, ex-players, commentators, fans, everybody is criticizing their behavior, Pakistan's behavior. So, and probably Indian captain said something else. Cricket is de-emphasizing the rivalry. But then See, these people want to play. They will get money only when they play. So their interest is probably money and they want the play to go on. But I think it is not right. They can play with anybody other than Pakistan. Not the right kind of people to play with. I mean, in cricket, other thing is okay.
Yeah, and what is quite interesting is that the two matches which was played, the stadiums were like half empty. So the people have realized the seriousness to some extent.
Absolutely. This is not the way a game should go. No, if they can keep the discipline, if they can play properly in the right spirit, why should we play with them? We have taken so many hard steps. Why not this? I think something is going to happen. I don't know.
So now, on an ending note, Vinodji, the whole H1B visa thing and the way Trump keeps changing his statements back and forth. One day he calls India a dead economy. The next day he says that Modi ji, he wishes Modi ji on his birthday and says that he and Modi are very huge friends. So all this, Trump's behavior, his policies, they keep changing every now and then. So how do you see this, India-American relationship going forward?
I think India is fully realizing the situation. See, many people say that income tax reduction was done for Delhi elections, like 12 lakhs, 12 up to the first 12 lakhs. It is no, I don't think it was like that. I don't think this. And they were saying this GST 2 came out before Bihar election. It has nothing to do with Bihar or Delhi elections. See, these two steps, making the first 12 lakhs income tax free and this GST is actually the preparation India is making for the real Atmanirbhar. It is the best stimulus the industries and the SMEs and the micro or small SMEs and medium SMEs, I mean, as the SMEs can have to stimulate production. Now there are actually a lot of money which is coming to, like he has introduced a term called classification, who are actually people going just above the poverty line as neo-middle class and middle class. See, these people like neo-middle class are the ones who really need the support. And he has taken away all these things, like all the daily, see, this, I think this GST modification is the best thing which can happen to India supporting the economy. Now, of course, we may lose at the GST level, but I think it will definitely going to improve the GDP because of the increased production and consumption. And I think ultimately that is the answer to US. I think they should be realizing this. We are actually going for the booster thing now. And what he has said, only use Indian products whenever it is possible. He has not even used that term, whenever it's possible. He use Indian made things only. That's a very clear-cut message to US if they are smart enough. I don't know whether they are really smart enough, but then they are really smart enough, they would not have done. See, India is a country with 140 crore people. They are actually real stupids to close off this market, isn't it? No country with real intelligence, economic intelligence will. It's not like China. It's a totally different type of people in India. And as Russia has suggested to US, China and India are civilizations which will never budge to pressure. That is where these people have made the mistake. What has happened now? Look at what has happened now. America never expected this to happen. They thought when they create 50%, 25% tax and another 25%, India will budge. India stood strong. Now India is making different strategies to support the indigenous system or the Atmanirbhar system. I think the message is very clear. They should be smart enough to read this.
Yeah. So on that note, it was a wonderful session, Vinodji. and we will see you again next week. Thank you again for coming to our show.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.